investigating the role of fibre-matrix interfacial degradation on the aging process of carbon fiber reinforced polymer under aqueous exposure. Carbon fiber reinforced polymer (CFRP) has higher specific strength and specific stiffness than other engineering materials. Therefore, CFRP is a promising material in replacing other conventional materials to construct large-scale engineering structures or equipment, so that the working efficiency of the whole system can be increased. In marine engineering, CFRP demonstrates significant potential in developing large-scale marine engineering equipment (MEE), such as deep-sea fishing cages and tidal turbine blades. However, the absorbed water in CFRP under marine conditions induces the interfacial debonding between carbon fibers and the resin matrix, resulting in the mechanical performance degradation of composites. Thus, this work aims to investigate the aging process and the fibre-matrix interfacial degradation mechanism of CFRP in marine environments. Firstly, experimental investigations were conducted on the mechanical performance degradation of CFRP under artificial marine conditions. In this work, we used the vacuum-assisted resin infusion (VRI) technique to fabricate CFRP specimens. Besides, the water bath method was used for the hydrothermal aging of these specimens. ASTM-based tests were also conducted for unaged and aged specimens, including tensile, compressive, and shear tests. It was found that the mechanical degradation of fiber-dominated properties is limited, while the aging of non-fiber dominated properties is much more obvious. Subsequently, we investigated the aging of the resin matrix by using an experimental modeling combined method. It was found that the fixed model could capture the water absorption behavior of the epoxy matrix under different hydrothermal conditions. Besides, we could leverage the relation between the strength retention and water content of epoxy matrix to model its mechanical performance degradation. We also established an elastoplastic constitutive model to simulate the mechanical response of the epoxy matrix. Finally, we could integrate these three models to simulate the mechanical response of the hydrothermally degraded epoxy matrix under various aging conditions. Therefore, we established a numerical modeling method to simulate the matrix aging and help the analysis of the fibre-matrix interfacial degradation. Furthermore, we built the representative volume element (RVE) model for the unidirectional UD CFRP composites, including the unaged fibers, the fiber matrix interface, and the matrix with mechanical properties simulated by using the established modeling method. Reverse engineering methods were used to calibrate the interfacial mode 1 and mode 2 behavior based on the experimental results from transverse tensile and transverse compressive tests. Therefore, we obtained the numerical modeling method to simulate the fiber matrix interfacial degradation of CFRP under hydrothermal conditions. In conclusion, we modeled the water absorption in CFRP specimens under hydrothermal conditions. We also characterized the aging process of CFRP by using experimental techniques, including mechanical tests and SEM analysis. Therefore, a three-stage degradation process was established to reveal the aging mechanism of CFRP under aqueous exposure. Moreover, the hydrothermal aging of CFRP is found to be irreversible due to the irreversible interfacial degradation involving the restorable and unrestorable aging in the fibre-matrix interface. Further experiments also indicate the correlation between the interfacial restorable aging and the water diffusion in the matrix, and the correlation between the interfacial unrestorable aging and the interfacial water absorption. Physics-based models were subsequently derived from the above experimental characterization. Finally, the RVE model was used to validate our proposed physics-based models for the fibre-matrix interfacial degradation. The current research outcomes included these three published papers for this research topic.